I've been tutoring math since I was in the 5th grade, and I started tutoring other kids, and then I tutored through middle school and through high school to make money, and then I went to college and continued tutoring. And this was many years before tutoring was a whole industry. In fact, I was just helping girls who thought they were bad at math, and I really enjoyed it because I felt like they had this big block, and once you sort of deconstruct it and it elegantly unravels, they realize it's not hard at all. And just to see their confidence was an incredible thing. I loved it. So I did that, came to New York, and decided to hang out a shingle for a tutor. And at that time, kids who were not doing well in math would go to their math teachers who, you know, they were failing a class, they would go to their teacher and they would, to be a tutor, and they would continue to fail. So I put out an ad. It took a while. I think it took about 6 months. And then twins called me. The mom of the twins called me. And I started tutoring them, and they did really well. And so they sent me their friends of triplets. And so I had a business. And that's how I started. Eventually, one of the twins asked me to help her with the SAT. So I took a look at it, and I realized pretty quickly that it didn't really measure your intelligence. And if you just looked at it, again, it could elegantly unravel, you know, if you just spent a little time on each problem. And so I became an expert on the math SAT pretty quickly, and people started to hear about me. And before I knew it, I was working 80 hours a week in my studio apartment in Manhattan. And the parents would ask me, do you know someone just like you who does physics, and just like you who does French, and just like you who does the verbal SAT? And I realized that if I could go out and find people just like me, I'd be able to offer parents the best tutors they could ever have, you know, the sort of your favorite teachers in school. So I asked them, what is it that you like about me, and what is it that you want me to find? And they said, you know, being credentialed is great, but we want somebody really motivational and inspirational, so that's why I named it Inspirica.